Hey guys, I'm reviewing the new episode of Parasite the Maxim, and let me tell you, this might be my favorite episode yet. It was crazy. First of all, Hiroka, he is he's not very human. He is not like humans that much. He was talking about how they're trash and how we pollute the air and we're not very good contributor to the environment, and how manslaughter is not even close to as bad of a crime as pollution, and how you have to have respect for all living things. And he's right. We do pollute a lot, and we're not very good creatures, and we do what we do for us. We do it for what we want, and it's not right what we do. And he was having some really good points about how parasites are here to kind of, I think what he was trying to say was correct us, and how he was going to look over us, and how he would want them, like when you see how we're going to run it, he would want us to run it anyways. He'll support us, protect us. But the big thing that I was really surprised about was him getting shot and dying, and him being human. Like, it was crazy. He was human, and I really thought he was on Goto's level. I really thought he was. I thought he was gonna be beast. I predicted that in the last review. If you guys watched it, I'm really embarrassed because he got shot and died, and I thought he was about to do some really cool shit. He was just laying on the ground. I'm like, he hasn't shriveled up yet. He's not dead. He'll get back up. He's fine. He's dead. And that brings me to Goto. He doesn't really care about anything but fighting, I guess, now, and he made that very clear with the line saying, "I don't care about anything but fighting." And let me tell you, he's very good at it. He destroyed everybody this episode. I don't think there's anybody in this series that could beat him on a one-on-one, and you're gonna have to get a lot more people, Shinichi, if you want to be able to beat him. He is crazy. So pretty much, I think he showed us one of the extents of his power, not the full extent, but at least like 50%. I'd say 50% of his strength, and how he could use all the parasites on all the arms and legs, and how he could use it to apply to fighting and running and dodging. But even though he has a very good defense, he does have gaps, and he even said it to the people. And he had some bullet holes somewhere on his sides, and he is beatable. We saw that episode, but it's a beatable where it's like, good luck trying to hit me in the spot that I'm vulnerable in, because one, Shinichi doesn't know, and obviously Shinichi's gonna be the one to fight him. Shinichi doesn't know where it is, and nobody really knows where it is when he's alive. That's alive. He killed the captain, and that was crazy. The humans thought that they would have like an advantage on the roof. Boy, were they wrong. I think it was even worse on the roof, to be completely honest. He got to run around, and he was just beating the shit out of him, and he chopped the captain's head off and threw it in the bush. So that's the end of the captain. And pretty much when he did that, he jumped down I think he threw it to distract the humans, and he jumped down and he saw Shinichi. And when Shinichi saw him, he wasn't too excited. He was actually really afraid, and he was freaking out. And then the Goto was saying, "Wow, you were involved in this? How did I know? Like, I should kill you. A lot of people died today, and you were involved in it." And his resolve for killing Shinichi was so great that Migi won. Like, he was very scared. Migi, he's not scared very often. I wouldn't say he was scared, but he was scared. I'm gonna say scared. And Shinichi had nightmares about it. Instead of the captain's head, it was his head, and like, everybody turning into Goto. But that was a real life nightmare. The nightmare he had when he was sleeping was his head being in it, and it scared him. And Shinichi's connected to his mind. That's official now. If he knew his dream, he knows what is in his head. But yeah, he was walking in town, and he found out Miki was asleep. And when Miki is asleep, he has no way he has no defense against Goto. So people were passing him, and where he was walking on the sidewalk, and he bumped into some guy, and the guy said, "Apologize." And Shinichi actually apologized with a very scared look on his face, because he thought the guy was Goto. And he said sorry, and they were really, I don't know why they were so surprised. They didn't really know Shinichi like that. And, he said, "Get on your knees." And Shinichi got on his knees, and that's when I was like, "Ooh, what's happening? Is he going to be paralyzed by fear for the next episode?" And the guy put his foot on Shinichi's head, and it showed the parasite on his foot, and it grabbed his head, and he punched the shit out of the guy. Like, I was kind of hyped that he was freaking out, and he knocked both those guys out. And he said, "I apologize, isn't that enough?" And he's really freaking out right now. I have never seen Shinichi freak out as much as I have after. It's crazy. Honestly, I'm actually kind of worried about him. But next thing you know, you see Murano and him, and they're talking about how he skipped school. And I think Murano is supposed to be here to calm him down, support role kind of. And he ended up hugging her and scaring the shit out of her. He wasn't very smooth with the ladies right then and there. But, she met him again in the park that he was sitting at. And she said, "It's cold out here. You want to go home?" And right then and there, I knew my boy would get that easy. Like, he smashed. I was overhyped for it, like, just because he did it, and then he said, "I love you." And that's why I kind of got hyped, is that he doesn't want to die anymore. He will make up a plan to fight Goto, because the show's ending soon, I guess. I just heard that it's going to end in 4 to 6 episodes. And they're definitely going to fight. And now that he actually wants to live, he'll have a reason to fight. And he'll fight much more, like, passionately, with more meaning. And I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for the next episode. I love Parasite the Maxim. You want to know if you like my review? Like, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it, and have an awesome day.